So recently we did a review for a movie called The Mitchin Murders, and after we had posted it, I was contacted by Sarah from Terror Films, which is a production company, and they were like, hey, just wanted to know where you saw that movie, because, we're just about to send out screeners. And I was like, it's on Tubi. I don't know. So Tubi must have released it early, but she was really cool about it and was like, hey, you want screeners from now on from us? And I was like, hell yeah. So that accidental Tubi thing ended up getting me on the list for Terror Film. So that was pretty damn cool. And so she sent me over my first movie with them, and this is Beyond the Chamber of Terror. This company also does the Hell House LLC films, but so I can only assume that I'm going to get early access to the newest Hell House movie, which we know is coming out soon enough. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so Beyond the Chamber of Terror is like an 80s throwback film, low budget, but there is a good focus on practical gore effects, which I think that's going to perk up a lot of people's ears. As far as what this movie's about, there's this guy named Mr. fucking Carruthers, and he gets abducted by this mafia-esque group who take them to this place called the Chamber of Terror, and they're gonna work on him until he gives them some information about someone who's missing, whatever. And it's all part of his plan, and of course things go all sorts of wrong, and there's some supernatural stuff going on in here. And as far as this goes, so the problem I was having with the movie was that I found the plot to be a little hard to follow at times. I don't think it ultimately matters, to be honest. It's just trying to have a good time. But I was trying to figure out the plot to some degree of how this happened with this piece and that. And I was like, wait, what? Why are they going there now? So I was a tad confused by some of that stuff. So this film felt kind of all over the place for me. To be fair, I had to break this up into 4 different viewings. So that is possible. That's what ended up being the reason. But I just did want to throw that out there. But Nash Carruthers is supposed to be this kind of Jack Burton-esque character, Mr. Too Cool, and he seems to not be able to die. Another one of those kinds of characters, almost like an Orville Ketchum from the Sorority House Massacre films, which I find funny. And I did really like, for as low budget as it was, and it's very low budget, I did like the style of it. The sets are really cheap, but I don't care. I still vibed with everything going on in here. I really liked the soundtrack. I liked the gore. There was a lot of really cool, fun, practical gore throughout. There was some cool creature stuff going on. Not a ton of it, but mostly just zombie type demon stuff. I really liked our other main here, Ava is the character's name, but the actress's name is Jessica Vano. I think you spell that. Of course, I was thinking of Jessica Spano from Saved by the Bell, so the names were so close. I enjoyed this one. I think for fans of these low budget splatterfests like Night of Something Strange, if you like some movies like that, I would definitely check this one out for sure. As far as when it comes out, it says here that it's going to be released, I think, in October It set it down here, October 11th. So we're a ways out from that. I don't know what my embargo is. It doesn't seem to have one. So this is a really early review for this. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I had a good time with it. It was funny. There's a lot of overacting, but that's like on purpose, of course. You can't really take anything seriously. Now, as far as our characters go here, another like kind of weird issue I was having with the movie is that like Ava runs this hostel type business, like the movie Hostel, elite hunting, like in Hostel, and she also kind of tries to be this moral character where she's like the good person and we're supposed to be kind of like rooting for her, and she does at some point say that this is like her first day on the job, but like she knows what they're doing there, and I know she kind of tries to play it off like she's, you know, has plausible deniability in her head of like what's going on there, even though it's very clear terrible things take place there. It's literally like a torture chamber. It's literally like Hostel. It's like a room with a bunch of weapons everywhere and they torture people. And I guess she thinks it's because they're like bad people and they're doing like a good thing, but it's like, this is the mafia. Your dad is clearly not a good guy. Like the place that you work and operate, and then the guy who comes in and helps you, it's like, this is clearly not an okay business. You're clearly not doing anything of service to society. So I found that kind of funny because a lot of our characters that work, imagine watching Hostel and the main characters that are supposed to be like the protagonists of the movie are the elite hunting organization. Like that wouldn't work, right? And so that's kind of what this is. And the person who's trapped at first is being shown kind of like the potential villain, but he's like an anti-hero. But our main girl who runs the elite hunting knockoff here, Terror of Chamber, Chamber of Terror, yeah, that's what I said. She's like the good guy. It's weird. That's such a bizarre point of the film as well. So very confused on that stuff. But once again, you can't overthink this film. You got to just roll with the acting and the story and all of that stuff if you're going to enjoy it. So yeah. If this sounds like your kind of film, it comes out in October 11th, or on October 11th. It's going to Tubi, it says here. It says Tubi TV, Chilling, Scare Network TV, Kings of Horror, Watch Movies Now, and many more. So, yeah, look forward to that, and let me know if you watch it. All right, guys, adios.